Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cleanse Your Aura on a Saturday morning. I'm here with Helen Chin Liu. She's the founder of the Healing Place Medfield and Healing Place Energy School. And welcome, Helen. Helen is an amazing healer and reflexologist. And tell us about yourself, Helen.
Well, thank you, first of all, Robin, for inviting me. This is like one of those wonderful mornings that I wasn't expecting this, and I'm like, I'm ready to go. So what was the question, Robin? I forgot.
Tell us how you founded, how did you come about founding the Healing Place Energy School? And also, you're an amazing entrepreneur. So tell us how what year did you found the Healing Place Medfield?
Well, first of all, it started off with a vision. My son, when he was a child, was very, very sick. Unfortunately, he went from a physical issue to an emotional issue. Mm-hmm. And back, I would say 25 years ago, the only option we had at the time was medication. Various medications we had to try, like guinea pigs. And unfortunately, the medication made him feel worse than better. And I decided to take, back then we didn't even have a computer. So whatever research I did, I went library hopping. I went from library to library, and I ordered books to learn more about diet, what he's eating, what can be causing his migraine headaches. Mm. You know, no child at the age of 9 should have clustered migraines that last for days. In fact, when he was 9 years old, that Christmas, we only left the house one day that whole month because he had a migraine every single day.
Wow. And how old was he? He was 9?
He was 9. Yeah, he was 9. I don't know if I ever told you that, Robin. So his illness began at 9, and I said, we finally have it in control, and he's now 33 years old. And only last year was the first good year that he's had. So with a combination of holistic medicine, which is how I got into this, a friend introduced me to Reiki, and then I went into reflexology, and then my teacher from Reiki directed me to energy medicine school to learn about chakras. So my awakening, that's what I would call it, began when I was probably 48 years old, and now I'm in my 60s. So
you've been at this for a long time.
I had to think about that. Yeah. So my journey's been 20 years long. And I decided if my son was sick, there are probably a lot of people out there who would want to know what are the alternative ways to heal. And that's how I opened up the Healing Place in Medfield back in 2006. And from there, I think around 2015, I heard a little voice in my head. I call it the God voice. Helen, you can't be everywhere. Why don't you open up a Healing Place Energy School? And this way you could teach online and reach more people.
And that's how I found you. I found you when you opened up the Healing Place Medfield, and I came to you for my health issues that I was having. And then you also helped 2 of my children. And then you were my mentor and trained me to be a Reiki master and helped me learn how to meditate and become healthy and connect with my spiritual side. So that was amazing. So Helen's amazing, you guys.
Well, you know what? I've always been very proud of Robin. Even though it was like pulling her through the mud, but she has risen to the occasion. She's risen to live in her life purpose.
Thank you. And you've been so instrumental in helping me with that. And that's why I'm here today on her live. Helen has helped me come out of my shadow self and put myself out on a live stream on my private Facebook group. So I don't know who's here watching the Saturday morning, but if you're here and you want to comment, go ahead and comment and we can see your comments. And if you have any questions to ask us while we're here, we're happy to answer them. And so Helen, tell me more about your healing school. So I know that you have several classes on the school and you just created a new class. that's a 17-part, I guess, series class.
Yeah, it's
Tell
first
us a little bit
years.
tell us about that class.
Well, I try to teach what I consider a very logical order. As everyone goes through life, all of a sudden you're no longer, I would say, comfortable in your own skin. And there's something that doesn't feel right, and you know you're here for a reason. And I'm not going to dismiss our family and our children, but there seems to be something more than just our family. And something begins to call. And most people have no idea what to do with this process and how to expand that curiosity that there's got to be more than to life than just this. Mm-hmm. So I developed a 17-part course series called First Step to Your Spiritual Journey. It starts with understanding and recognizing your awakening process, which you have done, Robin, since I've known you. And that's what I did in my 40s. All of a sudden, I call it when the calling starts to call. And what do? Do you pick up the phone? Do you pretend it's not ringing? Or worse, you're blocking it.
Which can manifest, like if someone's blocking their spiritual awakening, how can that manifest in poor health or, can you explain that?
Yeah, it becomes, what I have found, and I don't know if this is, you could validate this, Robin. With me, it was discontentment. Mm-hmm. Everything I did, and I'm going to say this, I believe at the time I had everything. I have a family, I have ample food, I have shelter, I had everything, and yet I was so unhappy.
Mm. And I think a lot of people find themselves in that place.
Yeah, and no matter how much I did, it wasn't enough. It was like this emptiness that I felt.
Mm.
Oh,
yeah. And I
think, what did you feel, Robin?
Yeah, I definitely felt, I understand that feeling. And I felt that I got to this place where I knew, and I think with my spiritual awakening and working with you, that my happiness was not going to come from stuff or someone else making me happy. It was going to come from a very internal place inside of myself that was going to make me happy no matter what circumstances I was living in, whether
exactly.
I had a roof over my head, I could still be happy. So that was part of my spiritual awakening, is realizing that my happiness came from me, not from anybody else.
Exactly. It's not from the pretty things you have, and no matter how many pairs of shoes you have.
Yes.
And then once you got it or purchased it, that emptiness comes back.
Right. Exactly. And so finding that sweet spot where you're happy no matter what you have or don't have, it doesn't matter. You're just happy. And that's an amazing place to arrive at. And it's not easy. It's not something that just, is going to happen. So it's definitely something you need to work towards. You need a coach. You need a mentor. You need someone to help you get there, whether it's a book. But I really think I'm a hands-on type of person. I like to be in a class. I like to work with people. I'm a people person. So everyone has their own way of arriving at that place.
Exactly. And I think too, if once you start to understand what I call your spiritual DNA, what does that mean? Everybody has not only their spiritual DNA and a soul contract. And how do you know what they are? It's like, here's a question that I ask everybody. What do you do every single day to honor yourself, recognizing your needs, and how do you expand your spirit every single day? Because if you're in frustration, what happens is you're squishing your energy flow. You really are. You're stopping your energy flow, because frustration, just imagine you're creating a detour in your body. And as your body is starving for this positive energy flow, it's shrinking. And the shrinkage also is more times than not, it's a seed to illness.
Absolutely. I mean, just imagine that pressure on your body and your blood pressure going up. I mean, just imagine how your illnesses can be manifested by not paying attention to yourself, paying attention to your energy.
Well, not only not paying attention, you're ignoring it.
Exactly.
Because everybody, especially modern society, it's all about staying above water. And especially now during a pandemic, even more so than ever.
It's true. And so many people are suffering right now because of the pandemic. They're not connecting socially. They're not connecting physically outside in the world. There's a lot of suffering right now and on so many levels. And it's so important for people to hopefully get the help that they need physically for their health, but mentally as well. And
Yeah.
how have you been working with your clients right now during the pandemic? Have you been doing Zooming? Have you been able to see people in person?
I have probably been busier than ever. I believe because I've been doing this for such a long time, this is my 15th year of business. So I've learned to connect to people in a way that I think is pretty authentic. I really, excuse the language, I have a no bullshit attitude about the way I work. And why are we doing this? And the reason why, like Robin and I were doing this interview and we're doing our weekly live healing meditation. I should know the title of it since I made this up. A live Reiki Healing Meditation, which we do every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's all about raising our vibration to be the very best version of ourselves. One of the things that we do to ourselves continuously is our doubts and fears. The dark side of our energy keeps pushing down our high vibration. And in fact, it lowers our spiritual DNA. And what do we do? You know, one of the things that I think sometimes you just have to fake it until you make it. So that means take the next step, whatever that little step is to make a change.
Yes.
And that will start to shift your vibration.
Yes. It's all about transforming your energy to be in a better place. And everybody wants to be in a better place. I haven't met anyone that wanted to be. So how else will you be collaborating this year with your clients, with other healers, with students? I know that you have this new platform for the energy school. How are you getting the word out there so that people can find you? Where can everyone find you?
Well, I'm going to put a link in, which I'll give to Robin, but I'm hoping everything that I've done so far has been grassroots outreach. So people touching other people say, hey, have you heard of this person? So my Healing Place Energy School really came from me not being able to be everywhere. And that's the reason why I created this online school. And Robin and I have been talking about developing a Reiki I live course.
Yes.
And since I've taught this class I probably have trained about 100 Reiki students. I'm thinking that's a lot over the course of maybe 5 or 6 years. And the only reason why I haven't taught, because I used to teach this class live, but I've noticed that as I've grown older, I can't stay up as late as I used to because I would do it after work or else I do it for a whole week or 2 weekends. So it's about a 10-hour class where I teach how to feel and read energy, because this is really important. Learning how to protect yourself energetically, how to keep grounded, how to give a healing. And most importantly, too, is not to get into your head.
Yes.
And, to develop the confidence, because I truly believe we are all natural healers.
I agree.
It's just a matter of awakening that skill.
Yes. So everyone who's watching, we will be creating the online Reiki I class. And if you're interested, reach out to us and we will get you signed up and we'll let you know when it's happening. And we look forward to helping you connect with your mind, body, spirit in this class. And it will be great if you're interested in meditating too, because it's a very meditative part to this whole process.
Exactly.
Reiki I class. So if meditation is something you're interested in doing, learning to do Reiki I will help with that. So
Yeah.
we look forward to helping you all, and I will put the links in this feed so that you can find Helen and that you can find me and that you can join our class if you're interested. So
we're being very ambitious. I would love to see us do this course, I would say in March.
Okay, that sounds good. I think that's a good timeline.
Because it's also spring. It's another awakening, a birth. It's always a good time
Like that.
looking ahead. And I think it's really wonderful when we could come together and recognize the goddess within us.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So all of you watching today, stay tuned. We will be posting more live videos, and we will be bringing you more information on how to connect your mind, body, spirit. So Helen, thank you so much for joining me today. This was fun. This was my first StreamYard
You did good, Robin.
And please let me know if you watch it and leave a comment. And thank you so much, Helen, for being my first guest and trying out this new platform with me.
Yeah. And don't forget, Amita, and join us on Tuesday, and we'll at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And Robin will put the link to the other wall, and then we'll probably find a way try to share it on this wall.
Yes.
There's so many options now; it's just overwhelming.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, everyone, and see you next time. Bye. Have a great Saturday.
Bye-bye.